that I knew that was about it in business, they were disciplined, right? Discipline. Now this one right here is spooky because I met a lot of men who were very successful financially, and they thought because they had money they didn't have to be disciplined, and they ended up losing everything. They ended up losing everything. They weren't disciplined, right? They became alcoholics, right? Sex addicts, right? Didn't move with integrity. That's the one thing, man, I love about, man, y'all, man, for real. I'm telling y'all got to get with the right crew. Y'all, when y'all hear Maul talk about getting up and working out, it don't got nothing, man, I promise y'all. It don't have nothing to do with, like, I ain't following no man because he got muscles. I'm following Maul because he got muscles that come from discipline. Like, I promise you, you call Maul, like, yo, Maul, the podcast, you heard the podcast. Yo, Maul, we want you to go see this. They try to, you know what I'm saying, get Maul to see his billboard that's out there. Trying to trick Maul. Maul like, I can't do it. They like, we need you to come right now. He like, this is my workout time. Whatever you trying to show me, work out. I got to work out. I'm trying to get on this scale and be the same height, the same weight I was when I was coming out of college. That's discipline. I was like, you on a scale when? He's like, every day. I was like, that's my problem. How you been on the scale? How you been on the scale? About 5 years. I'm just guessing. I'm 189. You know what I'm saying? See, I feel 189. You know what I'm saying? The way my pants fit. 189. All right, let's go. Here's where me and my wife get into it. So my wife was like, first she said, you know, you need more structure. I was like, in my company, I don't need no more structure. Structure ain't the problem. I can go show you a whole bunch of structure. I said, I got it, sweetheart. I'm not willing to make the adjustment, but I don't run the type of company where I want to get up every day and, what's the word I'm looking for? See, like I don't want to get up every day and be nobody's boss. Does that make sense? Like I don't want to get up and micromanage nobody, right? So the challenge is, at some point, you're going to have to learn to be disciplined. You're going to have to learn, if you say you're going to wake up at 8 o'clock, you're going to get up at 8 o'clock, no matter how you feel. Like, you got to be disciplined. And to get to the next level of success, you can't just have energy when you got energy. I want to make sure y'all catch that. If you're running a business and it's 365, then 365. You got to wake up every day and you got to go get it. Why? Because if you don't hunt, you don't eat. So here's the deal. If you hunted in January and you got enough food for January, you don't get to chill February. You got to get up in February and go get enough food. And so what a lot of us do, we aren't disciplined. Like we're not self-motivated. We're not self-regulated. We need outside people to push us. And that's not how the Creator made us. He didn't make us for other people to be over us. So here's what I told my wife. Sweetheart, if another human can tell you to get up and go to work and do what you're supposed to do, why can't you pretend like if you need another human, be the human. You be that human. If you need somebody to tell you need to lose 100 pounds, be your own voice to tell yourself you need to. Don't go pay nobody $50,000 to lose weight when you can do it yourself. And I'm not saying don't get a person, but at some point you got to cut that person off. Why? Because if you don't have personal discipline, you'll never get to the next level. The next level is not something that's far away. Like Maul said, the next level is execution is not something that, you know, we do. It's something that we are. And most of us aren't disciplined. It's like you just go, like you drink, so you just go, you can't tell yourself, you know what, I'm not mad at you drink, but you got to drink during the weekday. Like you drinking in the morning before you go to work. He gone now. He's no longer with us. You drinking in the afternoon, you drinking at night. Like I'm feeling you like to drink, but like all day, every day, the weekend, the weekday, and some of you, there are things you like, you have absolutely no control. You are like a slave to you. You are a slave to your personality. You are a slave to some of your vices. You are a slave to some of the things you like. You are a slave. You have absolutely no control. And what I'm telling you is the reason why we fast from time to time is not that we have to fast, but at some point you got to fast because you got to tell the flesh who's in control. I'm in control. You're not in control. I know you don't want to wake up. You don't have an option. Get up. We trying to eat. There's a certain lifestyle we want. You think I want to get up at 3 o'clock? I put up a video, Nikki, I don't know what happened. I miscommunicated with Nikki this morning. I'm supposed to do the videos at 3, or either I give them to Nikki and then she'll do them some kind of way. I don't know. I must have went to sleep, woke up. I didn't know what time it was. So I sent Nikki what I wanted to say, and I looked this morning. I sent it at 12 o'clock at night, midnight. I thought I sent it like 10:30, 11. So when I got up, it was like 3-something our time. And I was like, shoot, I ain't put my video up. and I put the video up, and I heard something in the back of my mind say, oh, it's okay, you on vacation. I said, what? Oh, it's okay. They'll understand. I said, little man who getting up at 3 to read my stuff because he got somewhere to go, he don't know that I'm on vacation. He don't know that I'm here. That don't got nothing to do with his life. He don't know I'm in Mexico. I ain't posting no video. He don't have the slightest idea. He just know wherever he live in the world, at my 3 o'clock, he uses that stuff to do what he's supposed to do, and he's sitting there waiting. And an hour go by. He like, I guess he ain't posting today. Listen to me. I was so late posting, I almost didn't want to post because I was embarrassed. I'm like, I'm about an hour and 50 minutes, 2 minutes off. 2 hours off. God said, post it anyway. That's discipline. Well, I don't got to post no videos. I'm way past posting videos. Posting videos was something we did to blow up. We blew up. I don't got to post videos. I don't post videos to get motivated. I don't post videos to get inspired. I post videos to be disciplined. Get your butt up and post a video. Either you post it the night before to Nikki, and she does, or when you get up at 3 o'clock and you do it. That's discipline. There's a certain time frame that I'm supposed to eat, and certain things I'm supposed to eat, and then not eat after a certain time. I'm making money. I can eat whatever I want, but I'm trying to discipline myself because there was a time I did not discipline myself. You are not where you want to be, not because you need any more gifts. You don't need nothing else. You need to discipline yourself. You need to learn to tell you no. You keep talking about everybody else, you can't tell no. You can't tell you no. You can't tell you stop. You can't tell you quit. You can't tell you nothing. You got to get to a point where you're disciplined. And what separates the talented, if everybody's talented, if everybody's equally gifted, what separates us is discipline.
We break through and we break them. So everybody always asks me, E.T., what was it like being homeless? I don't remember. What was it like eating out of trash cans? I don't remember. I ain't on that. Let me tell y'all the hardest part of my life. The hardest part of my life was not being homeless. I ain't had no dreams or no goals. I didn't want nothing. Eating out of trash cans wasn't the hardest thing I've ever done. The hardest thing I ever did was get my GED, go to college, study every doggone day and still fail. That's hard.
Chad, good morning, baby.
That's hard. You're writing a paper for 3-4 weeks.
How's everyone doing?
And you still get a 2.0. That's hard.
Keeks, good morning, my brother. Let me just check. Mic check. Chad, let me know. Audio good. 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Is that 90% is work, but the last 10%.
How does this say? We were talking about this yesterday. Look at the actual camera quality now when the light's off. You don't look so washed out.
Who are you?
Yeah. Or do you think it's better with the lights on?
Chad, what do you think? This is the before. White Keeks, sit there.
Yeah.
This is the before. Mo, quickly switch on that light there.
Just you look very like, I've always thought you look very washed out because this thing already captures so much light.
What do you guys think? Is that a good shot? Or maybe just turn down the light? Chad, what do you guys rate? Option A, option B.
Like this is brighter, but yeah, you just look very, very washed out. No light. Let's see. Okay, we got 1 vote, no light. Light off is better. 2 votes.
But how's it? Is the light off now?
No, it's on now.
Oh, but Mo just turned it down.
Well, Mo turned it down a bit. Keep the light. Okay, well, we turned it down, so it's a bit of a win-win.
Right, Chad. Good morning. Mic check. Mic's working. Let me know. Audio good. Audio not good. Do you guys want more audio? 1 2 1 2 1 2. How's that? Beautiful. It should be good. Let me know. We want to make sure it's not clipping, but that we are loud and clear here this morning, Chad. Audio good. Okay. Audio is good, Chad. Alright, guys. Before we start, I just want you guys to go and watch my latest reel. I'm going to put it in the chat now. Give me 1 second. Quickly shot it this morning, had an idea, quickly executed on that idea. Go check it, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, Chad, we're gonna get going, yeah. I enjoyed it. But yeah, anyways, Chad. Guys, quick one. Yesterday, and on a more serious note, the entire reason we started doing what we're doing is for the community and for everyone. And this should be a safe space for every trader, for every person. I don't care what color you are, your race, your qualification, your net worth, whatever. This should be a safe space for everybody. And at the end of the day, everybody, there's a lot of different personalities in the chat. There's a lot of different personalities that we interact with here. And I think all of us need to have the emotional IQ to determine whether somebody is coming from a good place or a bad place. And therefore, even the mods, we can't force our opinion onto somebody. And also, when you come into the chat, remember this is still a trading channel. So whatever we discuss or whatever you put into the chat should be a contribution to the body of work that we're already doing here. So before you put anything out in the chat or whatever, like put emotion aside, put ego aside, ask yourself, what I'm doing here, is it going to add value to the rest of the community? Or am I going to be taking away from the community? So I just want to address that so that all of us are on the same page here as a community. So please, guys, this channel is still it's still a trading channel. Some people are still very emotional when they trade. Some people are still looking for that success. So everybody's on their own journey, and I think from that point of view, let's all respect one another here and keep it clean. Sorry, Kiggs, I was just telling the guys, like, ultimately why we started this channel was for the community, and whatever we do here should be a contribution to our body of work that we put in here, and not try and take away from what we are doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, gents, let's keep it clean. Let's welcome everybody. If somebody is saying something stupid, let's be very mature in the way we handle it, mods. Don't try and act too quick with that hammer. Just be very objective in what we do. Ultimately, we do not want to take away from what we are doing. So we don't want to sour the mood here. Ultimately, we're here for you guys. And anyways, yeah. All right, Chad. Hope you guys are ready for the session. We're going to get going here. But as always, before we start, we're going to start with our morning prayer, as always, because we need it. I need it. I don't know if you need it, but yeah, Chad, I've told you guys, I am most probably one of the most imperfect people there are. I'm also still trying to get my stuff together, still be a good father, good dad, good businessman, good friend. And again, just comes back to that, where all of us are on a journey, and let's not put a rock in somebody else's road. So with that being said, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Hey man, I just need to order some electricity, Keegs, before we chat. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Alright, Chad, give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Our electricity is low. We don't want to cause our own.
Our own load shedding.
Yeah, that's not what we want to do. Give me 1 second, yeah. Geeks, while I quickly order this electricity, what do you think about what happened with JPY?
Like we spoke about it a little bit. The man's, even though it's calling emergency meeting, they need to discuss the exit of this loose monetary policy and so forth. They are known for jawboning, so it's a case of will they actually follow through with it. But the thing is, I think we're so used to that they jawbone. But the thing is, the day has to come where they are going to exit it. It has to. So eventually, we all are going to just denying the fact of being aware of it, and they might really do it. And I think that's going to be a week of pain. People are going to get hurt by the yen. But at this point in time, I think it's just something to be aware of every time you're going to trade maybe yen for the rest of the week or something like that, until they can make some type of actual statement, not just a comment. Because, I think a lot of guys, and again, I think that's also the whole thing, like we always talk about it, people trading it, just seeing yen falling off today, and people can't even actually tell you why that happened. So, again, it's just a thing of how fundamentals will always help you move the markets. Let's see,
Okay, Chad, just waiting for the electricity now. We still have enough units. And yeah, what do we have on today? Month end. Guys, before we forget, month end flows can be very tricky. So just be very aware. Let's not get caught out here today. It's not going to be straightforward. So do not think at any stage it's going to be straightforward with month end flows. Especially with the yen, BOJ coming out here with an emergency meeting, but nonetheless, we've got some EU data out of France. I don't know how France are doing. We've got Spain, and then the big one, 3 o'clock. Is this right? 3 o'clock. We've got Germany CPI. We've got CPE coming a little bit later as well. Quite a bit of US data. So Fed's Bostic and Goolsby up a little bit later as well. And then Mester later tonight. All right, Chad. We've got 17 minutes left. Okay, let's quickly go through it. Yesterday, dollar was bullish on the day. Neutral today due to the fact that we are still stuck within these two ranges right here. So up until we get a breakout and a hold, I will be neutral. 5-minute time frame headache like you wouldn't believe. What do you call it? Keeks Gamer's head or what? Gamer dip. What's the thing on our head?
Headset dent?
Or head dent or
Something, I don't know.
I think I'm getting some head dent here. Trocky. Beautiful chat. Sorry, man. We actually talked about Trocky. Steve was actually the guy that reached out to me and said, listen, he hasn't seen Trocky on here. And I said, I remember you mentioned your grandmother. So we're busy with arrangements. Hey, Trocky. Good luck with that, my brother. Strongs for you. But yeah. Alright, guys. Trocky is back for those that were asking. Okay, DXY. We are at the Asia lows. Let's look at the 80. 80 is firmly bearish. Again, weird range. Just look at this for the last couple of days. This was Monday. We went lower, we went higher, and we are technically very close to the weekly open, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. There you can see it. Lower wick, top wick, neutral for me. Got to see some more price action. Not going to try and sound clever. There's that 200 daily EMA, but let's see what we do at the Asia lows or at the Asia highs. US 30 neutral for me as well. Why am I neutral? Yesterday I was bearish. Why was I bearish? We've got a confirmed resistance. Why am I neutral today? Because we closed bearish above this previous key level breakout area. So for the most part, the rest of your week is going to be between this range here and this range here. Once we break below here, then we can come all the way back down here. But if we hold above 38,787, we can continue to new highs again. So 5-minute time frame, let's look at it. Chad, I just want to get a headache tablet from Kate. Give me 1 second. Asia highs, Asia lows, weekly pivot. 80 is looking firmly bullish this morning. So potential buys here from the weekly pivot from here, and then potential buys here from Asia highs. I don't even have to have some. Chad, let me just get a grandpa. I've got a headache from, you wouldn't believe.
Oh, sorry guys, I was having my breakfast there quickly. And then NTO, now brother, I've seen by demand, we're going to start trading Bitcoin for the guys. So I'll live trade that for you guys.
US 30, we got to monitor this weekly pivot. And then Nasdaq, Chad, I need to get a headache tablet. My head is throbbing here. Nasdaq, I'm bearish. Why am I bearish? We broke below this previous structure here. We've got range down to the weekly pivot down here. So very interesting. Yesterday it was mixed. Oh, okay, it's beautiful. Yo, Chad, I don't know what's happening with it's this headphone dent. Weirdly enough, 80 seems bullish. There's that key level from yesterday we mentioned. So I'm going to say bullish if we can get above Asia highs. Otherwise, I think there's some downside. But I'm going to throw over to Keegs while I consume these. It's not grandpas, unfortunately. It's panados, but should do the trick. Keegs, you're alive, my brother.
All right. So going over to DXY, guys. Yesterday, we did have our closure we wanted. Obviously, closing bullish. We are back above the daily key level. So again, if you start looking on the weekly, you can see weekly in that doji, we were flipping bullish yesterday. This weekly is still forming what it needs to do. End of the day, this weekly can still have broken and close like this and hold this key level. So keep that in mind. On the daily, guys, obviously you're having this big push now. You have your little bottom wick off that pivot, but now you've got a massive candle to the top side to go fill. Keep in mind, you've got big dollar news coming out today. So literally nothing the dollar has to shy away from. When we start dropping down the lower time frames, you will just see that again, as Chris was talking about. I haven't even set my Asia ranges yet today, but obviously Asia lows would be about there and our Asia highs quite up there. So I already could just tell you the Asia highs were untested. The fact we are staying at the bottom, there's two things that can happen, guys. This thing either needs to just start flushing to the downside purely because you've got these equal lows, or if this thing really starts respecting, they can just show you the amount of volume that's sitting over here, and price is obviously going to go target those Asia highs and trading back up for Asia highs, the daily pivot EQ, and to break that resistance again. So keep in mind, dollar really can come to the party still. You guys know I still want to back the dollar on the bullish side of things purely because there's no reason for it to be weak yet. Literally hasn't given us anything. Going over to Nas on the daily. So let's go there. The daily, we closed bearish as we said yesterday. Absolute beautiful moves on Nas yesterday, but holding that R1. So we broke that support, came back. Big thing I spoke about with Jex yesterday was when that 4-hour closed, we either were going to continue down or this thing had to come back up for the retest, and obviously failing at that retest. So that's what we had to just pay attention for. Then on the 15, the fact you are trading back to the zone, but again, breaking it, literally trading up to the EQ, and now all the way back down again. Again, Asia range I haven't even set yet, so we're literally just going to quickly move that around over here. But you are still having your red setup days, you are still closing bearish, so nothing you really need to be looking out for over there. We can literally move that there quickly, because I can tell you that's Asia highs over there. Your Asia highs actually are quite high today, funny enough, literally there at the EQ. So we can see that little playback coming in, and then the same thing, you can see us aim for those Asia lows and then take out the daily low of yesterday for that flushing into the downside. So seeing something like this breaking off, holding this area, consolidating for when that news comes out, and you can see that break to the downside. Then going over to US 30, holding that zone a little bit more, breaking over here, but we're holding that support on that 4-hour we have over here. So that's what we want to pay attention to. That 4-hour held perfectly for us. The break, trade back down, retest, and holding. But again, trading right back up to the weekly pivot, and now we are battling to get away from there. So very, very simple. Same thing. We're going to do it. Let's just go set Asia lows and highs. When we're over here, you'll see all of that in place there. So I think we'll have the same Asia highs there. Yeah, you can even just set it to that one at the top. But now trading back down, you have the weekly pivot. So if we can start holding this weekly pivot and the EMAs, hold that for a while till we get the break, we can then aim for this Asia lows, daily EQ pivot again, hold that to then go for that support and turn that resistance to continue to the downside. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Otherwise, the same thing, guys. If that dollar news comes out weaker for the first time, then we could see that dollar's weakness and equities going up. Then you'll be seeing something of holding this pivot, trading up for those Asia highs to hold and continue to the top side. But again, I'm moving to the weaker side, more shock for dollar weakness than it would be dollar strength. So yeah.
Shot Keeks, Keeks coming through beautifully now. I don't know who's turning down his mic every time, but Keeks should be loud and clear now. Chat, okay, gold, guys. Very, very weird. Still this range from yesterday. I want to say buys above 2038. If we reject 2038 again today, 2017 down lower here. Weirdly enough, yesterday testing the weekly pivot, holding that. So are we going to extend to that 2045? So if we do break through 2038, 2045 on deck, I'm still neutral. I need a break above one of these key levels. 5-minute time frame. Let's see what we've got on the 5. Okay, so look left with me, chat, from last week Friday. If you can see this, last week Friday, we can't get through this 2038. So are we going to get through it now? Are we going to do one more fake out to the upside before we continue lower? Or are we actually going to move higher? So very, very simple for me this morning. 2038, this level right here, monitor that everything's going to hinge around that level today. GBP USD daily time frame for me bearish, purely due to the fact that, again, monthly pivot, key level here. Very, very simple to see. This is an area of congestion. We tapped into that level 4 times. Yesterday we reversed, taking out a previous daily low. Beautiful, beautiful bottom wick to go and fill, and should be a relatively straightforward short today, unless we start breaking to the upside and we actually get a daily candle like this. Then tomorrow would be easy as well. Again, monthly candles are closing. I just want to see what this monthly... Okay, this monthly actually has some room to go down. Okay, 5-minute time frame. What do we have on the 5? Beautiful, beautiful here. Asia lows, daily pivot, weekly pivot. Very, very easy. This is our area of contention. This is going to be the battlefield for the session. So very simple. we're going to see what we do there as soon as the markets open up. Euro USD bearish as well. We closed bearish but above this previous area, so the only way I can really get bullish is if we start breaking yesterday's highs at 108.47. Otherwise, we're going to continue lower to fill this wick, or to at least come and retest this daily key level down here, Chad. That's a key level. And 5-minute time frame, what do we have on the 5? Real quick, weekly pivot, daily pivot. 80 is looking bullish, however, that is very, very odd. So we're going to need to see what we do at these levels here. UJ, okay. UJ, yesterday I was neutral. Day before that I was neutral because I told you guys we're stuck in between this daily range. Now we've broken out and we are already at the next key level. No top wick on this candle. I don't know if Keegan mentioned this, but we've talked about it, especially when we talked about the Fed. All of this is still talks. Up until the BOJ does not pivot their monetary policy stance, it is all talk. So all of this can be reversed. Just be very, very aware. All of this can be reversed if they do not take action. So this is just purely the market responding to comments from, is it Takari or Takura?
Takari.
Yeah, so this is still purely just speculation. This is almost like when the Fed said we are going to pivot. They said we're going to pivot last year already. We haven't seen a cut as of yet. So exactly the same thing. So just be very aware. I'm still neutral. Why am I still neutral? Because this daily candle has yet to close. Yesterday closed bullish, closing up against that level. We've already taken the lows. We are already quite extended on the day. So I might even sit out of the yen for the day with these comments flying around, or I might take some type of risky player from the weekly S1 or even this key level. I only need the 80 to start diverging bullish. Otherwise, I'm not going to sell into this. Look at that massive range to the downside. If you want to sell it, by all means, go for it. That's not something that I want to do. Daily for yen looking very similar to what UJ is looking, and this is that key level we've broken through. There's that key level we rejected on Tuesday and coming all the way down. Yesterday, I think, I don't know if it was Slushy Cakes or if it was King Shack, but somebody mentioned a little bit lower, and now we've got that lower. Now the question is, do we want to get involved here? Personally, I would need to see some type of shift back into the Asia range, so not going to touch it up until then. And exactly the same with EJ. EJ weekly S1 down here, key level down there. 5 minute is looking bearish as well, so we're going to need to see the open. But over to Keegs to finesse you guys.
Alright guys, so starting off with gold. Gold obviously still closing bullish, holding that support and the previous support, but literally closing under our weekly key level, so that's what we're still watching out for. We still aren't getting a confirmation yet, so again, I think either today or tomorrow is going to give us that real-time confirmation, so that's what we want to check out for here. On the 4 hour though, we can see we broke, had a little bit of rejection, and then got back. The same way I always talk to you guys about, if you have to get away from a key area, you need to get away from it. So the fact we are trading back around here, I don't think gold will run away now. If anything, I think I might hover above this key level purely until news comes out. You've obviously got your Asia highs. So same way dollar's been trading down the whole day, gold's obviously just traded up the whole day, trading up, setting that, failing at the lows, but holding that key level and back up to Asia high. So technically, the fact this thing's already taking an Asia high that's been tested and set, it should be breaking and running. If it's not doing that, that's already one sign I don't like about that trade. So again, we'll see if this thing starts trading up. If this thing just swept the highs and wants to start turning around, we can see that move to the downside for Asia lows that are untested. Your daily pivot and EQ literally right back at that support again. So keep in mind, again, today, lots of news coming out, big news that can make a difference this week. So we'll see what happens over there for gold. But I must say, I'm still staying with the bearish side, and that's purely just because of a dollar outlook. Again, when you start looking on your higher time frames, this hasn't given us anything to truly go. We haven't taken out a high over here yet, so we need to see that still hold. Then going over to UJ, very much like Chris also said, you've got all this momentum, guys, but we've seen this a few times. I don't even know that last time we saw it, you could see these massive downside moves and then literally just being retraced and actually going higher very, very shortly after that. So the thing is, all of these type of things, that's when they made some statements and all came right back down. These moves can all be retraced very, very quickly, and that's what we're talking about. These are comments. At the end of the day, they need to make official statements that they are changing things. If they don't, I can tell you now, if that dollar comes out stronger today, dollar's literally going to do this and go all the way back up. It's as simple as that. In one day it will happen, purely because dollar has got news that can drive it all this way today. You've got an Asia high that's untested, so very easy to trade back up with your daily pivots there, your EQ, all of that. You also have the weekly supply, so if you start holding this, you're going to be trading back up again after that. So